So LaVar Ball's been making it seem like he like his wife just like left him just because he had to get his foot amputated, but that's not the story that his kids are saying. So let's see.
My mom didn't want to leave. She was quote unquote, damn near forced to leave. I helped her leave. I'm glad she left. She's in a great spot. Shout out to Dip.
About a week and a half
Forced to leave. Like, what does forced to leave mean? Is it like, because forced to leave could mean a couple things. Forced to leave could mean he told her, get out, or like he did something so foul that, she quote unquote was forced to leave. So who knows? But shout out to O'Shea. O'Shea's great.
ago, LaVar Ball did a stream with Neon, and LaVar Ball released to the world some very interesting information.
With my wife, who Tina decided to go her own way. That's why you don't
I know streamers are big and all, but like, in what universe would these two even be remotely friends? He's a million years younger than him. It just makes no sense.
see her right here. But she want to go do something else, that's fine with me. We had our run. So even though she had a stroke and getting older, she would never be like, oh man, she was always beautiful in my eyes until you say, I want
What is wrong with this video quality? Did I do something? Something must be off. No, that's
to do
1080.
something else. Now you're not as beautiful to me again. The fact that if you decide to go this way, I'm gonna go that way, that's fine.
That's deep.
It is what it is, man. I mean, like I said, anytime you can find somebody you can stay in love with for a long time or for one day, whatever, if you can witness that love, that's good. I had that with her. And I found somebody else, but it is what it is.
Wait, who?
No need to worry.
But see, he's already talking about he found somebody else. I really want to know what happened.
And
It just seems
Now,
odd.
listen to LaVar Ball here. He's saying that his ex-wife Tina wanted out of the relationship, and that is the reason why he decided to go his own way, and everything is amicable. A lot of folks congratulated LaVar Ball
Well, it's definitely not amicable because the kid just said that they are not cool at all.
for not being bitter, for just moving on. And yeah, hey, she left and he left and they had a good run, as he says. But then right in that stream, we saw something alarming.
More, you didn't put him a napkin and give him a piece of cornbread over there? Okay.
That
Yeah,
lady
man.
look old as hell.
Moving slow. Just take one. But you got to give him a napkin first, so they can put it's a napkin right. I'm on.
You can see the cheeks here.
Do what I tell you, and we good.
Now, we see
Jeez,
this
chill out.
younger Colombian woman. She
Okay, I was trying to get her face. Younger? I feel like she's a little older. We're gonna go back.
younger Colombian
Oh, that looks younger to you, O'Shea? She look old as hell to me.
woman. She might be in her late 30s, early 40s,
Okay, then yeah, I guess young for him.
but she's thick. I mean, you can see her walking around. You
Oh,
see what
yeah.
she's working with.
That was
I don't know
nuts.
what Tina Ball looked like in her prime, but
I mean, that's 2 basketballs right there, bro.
obviously we see the play. He got somebody younger, somebody booty clapping, and somebody that is willing to take some level of demand, right? She's telling her what to do, what to serve, how to do.
I'm never a person who's against a man like wanting like, hey, can you make me a plate? That's fine. Okay. I think that's even like that's how it should be, right? But for you to be like demanding is a whole nother level. Like you got to get my napkin. Like where the hell's my napkin? It's like, bro, chill. Can you nicely ask like, "Oh, hey, babe, could you give me a napkin?" That's all you got to do. Why you gotta be rude and mean about
In
it?
fact, a lot of women that saw this thought that it was cruel for him to do it, but that wasn't the real problem. The real issue was just about 2 days ago, or a day ago.
He just eating his food on his phone, trying to act like he don't know what the hell's going on.
The Ball family, which is, Jello Ball and Lonzo, they're on that podcast. Lonzo revealed, the oldest son, what really happened.
My mom didn't want to leave. She was quote unquote, damn near forced to leave. I helped her leave. I'm glad she left. She's in a great spot. Shout out to Dip. Put her up nice. So she's good. My pops is good.
Dip helped her dip. It's hilarious.
They obviously each other, but I them both, and she was not wrong at all. She did not leave him because he lost his foot. That's a myth that was put out there. What else have I seen? I don't know. But my dad did a great job raising us. My mom did a great job raising us. They didn't work out, and it is what it is, man. They're both doing well, and I love them both.
Now, this particular situation caused a great reaction on social media.
To me, it sounds like Lonzo Ball is trying to justify the breakup between his mom and dad, seeing that she won't come forward and defend herself. He said it in the nicest way possible. She was basically forced out. She didn't want to leave. She was forced to leave. Now, who knows what that means, but it's coming out of her son's mouth. Hey, my mom didn't want to leave, but my dad forced her to. Now,
See, with stuff like this, I always trust the kids because, like, they love both. They're like a good middle ground, like a third party. I mean, I guess each kid could probably be on the mom's side or the dad's side, but like they're definitely like a third party who would know about the situation from both sides, who could like their opinion, matters for sure.
I really want to know what forced her to leave 30 years of marriage, but you heard it
Yeah.
from her son's mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm also interested in this because, LaVar Ball said that she wanted to go. The wife didn't want to go. She had a stroke and,
Because see, everyone is saying, yeah, she just left him because of his foot. But he's saying she didn't want to leave, which means that like that's a completely different narrative. that if she didn't want to leave. And yeah, when you're married for 30 years and you're at the age that she's at, like, well, you want to go back on Hinge? Like, no, you don't.
She was in her older years. She wanted to stay in the relationship, but he wanted her out, although he's making it seem like something else. And we got to really get to the crux of this. And I kind of thought about this the first time, but I'm going to just say something. LaVar Ball is not just Lonzo and LiAngelo and LaMelo Ball's dad. He is a person that also demands a lot of attention. He's a person that's been going viral the last, I don't know, at least decade. He has money. He has a lot of opportunity. And it's just...
Okay, how can half your teeth be yellow, half of them not? That's not weird to nobody.
It's not the groupies coming after the sons or the kids. The groupies is coming after the dad too. So
100%. People don't realize, like, okay, the athletes get the A groupies, right? Like the top of the top, the models, the influencers, like all that. There's definitely the second tier and the third tier, like the B and C groupies, okay? That like the coaches get with, the water boy, the ball boys, the freaking towel boy, okay? All these people, should it be towel man? I feel bad calling him boy, but you get what I'm saying. They get the B, C, D tier women. So like the guys that are around these athletes, they also get women. It's not just the athletes. The athletes get, if the athletes are getting thousands of women, these B, C, like these people around the athletes are getting these B, C tier women. They're getting like hundreds of women if they're getting thousands. 100%.
is
Ume Udoka, prime example. Okay.
the mom has just been there and largely taking care of the kids and stuff like that. Her profile wasn't necessarily increasing as much as his was, okay? And so what starts to happen is when you don't have money and your kids are coming up in high school and they're going through college and you just don't have a lot of cash, well, it's easier to stay faithful to your wife. Now, as you're starting to get opportunities as a man, it's easier to compare that what you have with your wife. And I think that's the paradox that we're in. And to be honest, I thought he was probably cheating on her the entire time simply because he just had...
I would assume so. I would assume, and I could be wrong, but I would assume that, sure, he's been doing that. Then she probably found out about something or probably just got fed up with it. And he was like, I'm daddy big baller brand, okay? I'm not about to stop doing what I'm doing. So take it or leave it. And she felt probably extremely disrespected and was like, I'm forced to leave in a sense for like my dignity or whatever. But then I'm like, don't the kids know that he's cheating? Maybe they just kind of like think it, but don't know for a fact. And then something happened where it was like confirmed. I don't know. But like to assume he's not cheating is, kind of nuts.
more opportunities. Like a lot of these dudes that have like sons that play basketball, sons that play sports, and they're like really involved in their life. It's not
Like even LeBron's mom, I mean, this is allegedly, LeBron, even LeBron's mom was hooking up with one of the players. Bro, that was nuts, okay? The one that was on drugs.
uncommon, guys, for them to be getting hit on by the same women that their sons are talking to.
Especially if these girls are trying to get, like, it's one thing to like just be like the coach of the team or whatever. It's another thing when like your sons are in the NBA and they're like, oh, well, maybe the way to get to the sun is through the daddy. I can't tell you. I mean, there's probably hundreds of girls thinking that and trying that play.
Which means that a lot of 40, 50, 60-year-old dudes at this time in your life, most times it's over. Like, for example, I'm 45, okay? I happen to live in a really young country, and I happen to have like the Pan-African dating show, right? And that's probably...
You look great for your age, O'Shea.
What I can say is the biggest insight to all this, because the Pan-African dating show channel that we have, and when we have events, it's always young people, you know what I mean? Like 23, 24, sometimes 20, you might get 30 in there. And so you're around a lot of young people all the time. Whereas if I was like in the States, I would probably be, you 40 something, you're grumpy, you don't want to really talk to people. But the industry of entertainment, it just keeps you around younger people. My staff is young.
That's why Mike Malak won't grow up.
My editor's young. The people we do the shows and the podcast with are young. So that gives a guy that's like 50 and 60 who should be really, at the top of his corporate career or top of his business, not even interacting with young women, but you're interacting with them every day. And the rule of thumb typically...
And they say that like, you end up dating people you're around. So then that's probably why some of these dudes try to date these young chicks. It's like, even if that's what you're around, then you need to change your environment so that you can date people that are your age.
Is younger women are typically easier and less expensive to deal with than the woman that's been helping you build your life, all right? And it just becomes a leverage play. So he upgraded.
I feel like it's switching low-key, though, because these younger women are like, I need a man who makes $1 million. At least now women who are like in their 40s know, they understand what making $1 million is, and they're not like, they're not limiting themselves to a guy who only makes $1 million because they know how many of those men actually exist, and the numbers are just not playing in their favor.
And she helped him, obviously, and now you got all this opportunities. The thing that I don't like about it is the fact that he just lied, and maybe he wanted to protect himself.
Out.
But the fact
then
that
again, I mean, she could have lied. Well, I guess she didn't technically say anything. But then I'm like, why would the son lie? The son has no reason to lie. He would have way more of a reason to lie.
I'm gonna come out there and say he moved his mom out to another house and that's not how it went. I don't really think that he would have a reason to lie about that. Now, don't get me wrong. kids can take the mother side of it,
Right.
but you know, he tried to put it in a way where he showed respect to the father. But again,
Yeah.
like, you know, LaVar probably sloppy with his stuff. I mean, the kids know that he's clapping females' cheeks. I mean, they see
Right.
what he's doing. He's probably not saying no to these
They're old enough to know these things, and they're the athlete. So like, it's not like the athlete don't know what's going on in the periphery of the athletes. Like, they know. Why wouldn't they know?
women. Like, nah, I'm married. I can't deal with you. Like, a lot of the reasons why he wanted the money and wanted the fame and to become a superstar. Well, number one, I believe he tried out for the Jets. So
Yes,
LaVar
I
Ball
heard that.
was, you know, trying to
Trying to be famous,
get
yeah.
on the Jets, and he damn near made the practice squad, so he wasn't bad. And
Imagine like wanting to be famous, you don't make it, so you're like, I'm gonna make sure all 3 of my sons, every single one of them, is a famous athlete.
without even really playing college football.
I think all
so he
3 are.
always wanted to be an athlete. So now he has his time. You know, you can't tell me that he's not clapping, all right? And, you know, he
People like say, and I think it's true that like the people who have the best lives are like people like this who are like next to a really famous person, not being the exact the famous person, because you got to do all the work, you got to come, you know, all the scrutiny, you got to handle like all the bad things that come with fame. But if you're right next to somebody, like if you're Drake's best friend, or if you're, you know, like Lotto's sister, or like Cardi B's sister, I mean, they're living the life. Okay, they get all the benefits of being around a famous person because the famous person takes them everywhere. So they go to all the parties, they get all like the benefits from like social media and all that stuff. But then like people really don't know who they are aside from like, you know, Cardi's sister or whatever. So like they don't get a lot of the downsides to fame. So it's actually like a pretty good
probably
spot
just
to be
like,
in.
listen, you know, I got with Tina Ball because she was tall. You know, I wanted to have these kids. I wanted to live my life through my kids.
She was
and
tall,
kind
so she
of,
could ball.
you know, this is where I want to be now, and I'm living to live my life with, you know, how I want to. And it's unfortunate that he got to come out here and just pretty much lie about it. And you usually don't see a lot of men doing this. Again, like I don't really know also what happened. Also, I want to just say this too. If you're not having sex with your wife, I do know that she had a medical condition, and it's much easier to stay faithful to your wife if you're a nobody
That's sad.
and you don't have opportunities. If your wife can't perform some of the medical duties,
So like, here's another theory. I wonder if she couldn't do that. So maybe they came to some like weird agreement of like, okay, like since I can't do it, like I'm not gonna like get on you if somebody else helps you out. But then it's like she probably healed up and was like, I'm ready to go. And he was like, okay, sure. And then just never stopped with his little side game. I don't know. That's theory. A
because
theory.
she had a stroke, or in the case of Michael Irvin's wife, she has Alzheimer's. You know, it's easy to stay faithful to your wife if you don't have temptation. But if somehow your wife can't satisfy, you know, what you want her to do at this age, you're gonna go and do, you know, what you kind of want to do, and that's kind of what you probably seeing with him. And again, it's unfortunate his wife stayed down, but it just seemed like, hey, I got what I want from you now, and I'm gonna roll out. And it's kind of hard to defend it because I know his son wouldn't just come out here and lie, especially like
Yeah.
all that he did for the kids. So LaVar wants to clap cheeks, and that's what we got going on here. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson.
O'Shea
back
Duke
at it again
Jackson.
with another episode of The Celebrity Junk.
O'Shea's killing it with Celebrity Junk. Celebrity Junk is really, really good. O'Shea Duke Jackson's really, really good. Everything he puts out, spot on. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Love you.